everybody, it's me Carly, and today I'm making a video all about what is the best home-based job. Alright, so in case you've never seen me before, like I said, my name is Carly, and I usually make videos about traveling, teaching online, or living abroad in Spain. Alright, so if you're interested in any of those things, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Okay, so at the beginning of this summer, I had a friend and she was talking to me about different home-based jobs that she had found out about through YouTube and different blogs. And she asked me, why don't you make a video about different home-based jobs? And I said, okay, I'll look into some different home-based jobs and see what I find out. I already actually have a home-based job for during the summer because during the school year I teach offline mostly at a school in Spain. So I was really interested to see if I could find out about any jobs that were actually better than teaching English online. Alright, so my search started with YouTube. I looked through different blogs, and of course I looked at Forbes' list of top remote jobs. And that's where I actually found the job that I thought was the best. But I also found out about a lot of other interesting jobs, and I thought I would share with you some other jobs that I thought were really interesting. Because working from home is amazing. You have no commute. That means you're not spending any money on gas. You're saving a lot of time. It's great. It's great working from home, and I totally recommend it. Alright, the first job that I found that I thought was really interesting is working as a transcriptionist. What a transcriptionist does is pretty much listen to an audio file and then type out exactly what they hear. What you need to be a transcriptionist is a good ear, the ability to type really quickly, and then good knowledge of computer basics. The pay varies a lot. It can be from $10 to $20, maybe even more. You have to be careful with transcriptionist jobs because a lot of them advertise something along the lines of like, you'll make $80 per hour, but it's really $80 per the hour of listening. So you might have an audio file that's an hour long, but if you've ever tried to type anything someone's saying, it takes much longer than the amount of time it takes to listen to it to actually type it out. I think even if you're a great typer, it will take a while because not all audio files are easy to understand and decipher. Not everybody speaks very clearly. With this job, I thought it was pretty interesting, but not really for me because there's like a big learning curve. It takes time to build up your skills and ability to be able to find the good high-paying jobs. So if you have a lot of experience, it's going to be easier for you to get higher-paying jobs, and it's also going to be easier for you to actually transcribe what you listen to. In the same vein as a transcriptionist, I also thought being a writer and a blogger and even a virtual assistant, all of those jobs kind of fall into the same vein of being really intense at the beginning, like taking a long time to build up your skills. And then also you have to be really careful because there are a lot of scams out there. It's not very easy. It's not very easy, and it's not very stable because you never know when you're going to get a good job that's going to pay you really well, and you're also going to get a lot of offers that are lower than what you want. So it's just not a really stable enough job for me personally, okay? But if that's something you're into, if you like writing or blogging, then I totally think becoming a writer or blogger, it's a good at-home job to do. After transcriptionist, writer, blogger, virtual assistant, another job that I found really interesting is working as a Good Start mentor for a company called Pleio. All you have to do is help patients build a good routine with taking their medicines. You just call them up and you remind them about their medicines. You read entirely from a script. You do not sell anything at all. And overall, it's a really flexible job. There's no minimum number of hours that you have to work per week. With this job at this particular company, you do have to do 2 weeks of training, and you have to pay $45 to do a background check. So you must be able to pass a background check to work for this company. They also don't want people who are in the medical field working for them. So if you have any kind of background like in nursing or as a doctor or anything like that, you're not going to be able to work for them. The bad things about working for Pleio is that you only get paid for the actual calls that you make and complete. So imagine that you call someone and you talk to them for about 5 minutes and then they're like, I gotta go. Then you don't get paid for that call, which really sucks. Also, you don't get paid if there are no calls to do. So all the time you're saying that you're available certain hours, you actually have to be ready to make calls and like at your computer with your phone and everything ready, but they might not have any work for you. So in a sense, you're not being compensated all the time for all the hours that you put into work.
No, thank you.
Okay, so because they do not like guarantee the number of calls that you get with the time that you're working, your pay is really unstable. You can be making a lot sometimes, but they say on average you're gonna make $16 to $20 per hour, which is not bad. But you really need to be flexible to make the most money with this company. I found that with a lot of reviews, some people were really happy, some people were really upset. I think the people who actually made good money are the people who had the most availability. And also a big thing is that they really want you to have a telephone line, which I actually don't have in my house anymore. We only have cell phones now. We even have a cell phone to replace our home landline. So if you don't have a landline, you might not be able to work for this company either. Another interesting job that I found was working as a mock juror online. So a mock juror helps an attorney prepare for a trial. This job was really interesting for me, but the pay isn't that good. It's like $10 to $60. It's really based on the amount of time it takes to do the trial. It can be a bit difficult to get the trials, so I definitely would not rely on this as like stable income. You'll get trials like periodically, if at all. Some people get trials and some people don't at all. It really just depends on what the attorney is looking for. This job is a lot easier for someone who lives in a large city or in a metropolitan area. Overall, I think this was a really interesting and probably fun job, but I think it's more like side money, not money for like paying your bills, okay? Another job that I thought was really interesting. Hold on, my mom is calling me. Yes, mama. Okay, sorry. Another job that I thought sounded really interesting is working as an online chat operator or as an online call center operator. And this job sounded really interesting to me because the pay is up to about $20 per hour, and it's more stable than the other jobs that I've talked about. But then I remembered that I actually kind of worked with customers taking calls in the same sort of job while I was in Australia for a year, and it's not fun because you're always dealing with angry people. But I just remember once I was on a call with a man, and he got so angry with me, he told me he was gonna kill me. And it really freaked me out, and I called the police. But so yeah, for me, that's a no. Even besides that, working at a call center is really not that easy. You have to multitask a lot, either talking to other people or doing other tasks. And you must be able to type really fast. And the pay can be up to $20, but it can also be really low too, like only like $10 or $8. It can be pretty low. So, and the jobs that pay $20 an hour are like with Amazon, and those jobs can be really difficult to get. So you have to apply for them as soon as you see them, as soon as they become available, to get have a better chance of actually securing that high wage that you want. So, what job did I think was the best home-based job? Actually, Forbes 2018 top 100 companies for remote jobs. Their listing had my answer, and it was VIP Kid. Oh wait, yeah, I do have a video all about why you shouldn't work for VIP Kid. That's true. Okay, so I personally do not want to work for VIP Kid, but I do like the idea of teaching English as a second language online. It's great, and I already do it, and 5-1 Talk is great. I think a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about what teaching English online entails. First of all, you do not have to be a teacher. Let me say that again. You do not have to be a teacher to teach English online. There are a great variety of positions available. You can be teaching students one-on-one. You can be teaching adults or children. There are companies that will allow you to work 24/7, and the number of required hours varies, but it can be super low as like 3 hours, 1 hour a week, whatever. It just really depends on the company. There are hundreds of companies. And overall, I think teaching English online is a very flexible job where you could be available 20 hours one week and then the next week no hours, and you don't have to give notification to anybody about it. But it really depends on the company. All right, the pay for teaching English online is really good. Like, you will start out making $15 an hour. Like, if you are a native English speaker and you work for one of the big companies, you'll start out with making at least $15 an hour, okay? And the pay can go up to like $26 an hour easily, okay? With Magic Ears, that's a company I actually have a video about if you want to learn more about Magic Ears. The pay is really good, especially for the companies based out of China. Most of these companies are based out of China, but there are companies based out of other countries as well. It's super easy to find a good, legitimate company, unlike with a lot of other industries. You have to be really careful with scams. You do have to be careful with scams as well with teaching English online, but it's easier to decipher what is a legit company and what is not a legit company. There are a lot of websites that will give you good lists of legit big companies where a lot of people work for them. Okay, like I said, you do not need to be a certified teacher in order to teach English online. You do not even have to have your bachelor's degree with many companies. It will help you, but if you don't have it, no problem. There are some things called TEFL and TESOL. These are teaching certificates, and they're very easy to obtain. You can even go on Groupon and get one for like $5. So that will help you get a job teaching English online if you do not have a bachelor's degree and you're not an actual certified teacher. But it's really easy. You work entirely from home, or you can even work while you're traveling. All you need to have is good internet, a computer, and headphones. Even if you're not a native English speaker, you could possibly teach English online if you have a native level or a really good proficient level of English. You might not make as much as a native teacher, a native English speaking teacher, but you can still make really good money. Woo! All right, so it's getting really hot out here. I want to go inside. But if you guys want to learn more about how to teach English online, just be sure to check out my other videos where I talk about how you can teach English online. And feel free to ask me any questions or leave any comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you want to teach English online? What do you think about the other jobs I talked about? Have you heard of those jobs? Do you think you'd be interested in doing any of those things? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Alright, good luck. Bye!